If you have ever opened your USCIS case status and felt your heart drop because it still says pending, if you've been waiting months or even years for your work permit, your green card, your visa extension, or your family petition, then listen closely. What I'm about to tell you is not a rumor. It is not speculation. It is a real policy change from December 2025, and for millions of immigrants in the United States and around the world, it is finally bringing a sense of relief, hope, and movement. For the first time in a long time, USCIS has officially announced a new rule that will speed up immigration cases across many categories. And today, I'm going to break it down in simple human language so you understand exactly how this affects you or your loved ones. Let's start by understanding the problem this new rule is trying to solve. For years, USCIS processing times have been painfully slow. People have waited 8 months or more for work permits. Families have been separated while waiting for I-130 approvals. Students and workers have lost opportunities because their visas or extensions were stuck in delays. Even green card applicants from inside the United States have waited far longer than expected for I-485 interviews or reviews. These delays created stress, financial hardship, and uncertainty about the future. Many immigrants told us they checked their case status every day, hoping for movement but seeing nothing. Now, in December 2025, USCIS has made a major policy shift. They announced a speed-up rule designed to cut waiting times by increasing efficiency, adding new processing capacity, and creating strict timelines for how long USCIS can take on different types of cases. This is not just an internal memo. This is an official rule published with the intention of reducing backlogs and bringing fairness to immigrants who have waited far too long. To understand what is changing, we need to look at how USCIS has struggled. In the past, the agency faced staffing shortages, outdated technology, and an overwhelming number of applications. Much of the process was slow because it required manual review, paperwork transfers, and long queues. But under the new rule, USCIS is being required to meet new processing standards and expand its digital systems. That means more electronic files, fewer paper bottlenecks, and faster movement from one step to another. But let's talk about what this means for you in real terms. Let's say you filed for a work permit, Form I-765, and normally it takes 6 to 8 months. Under this new rule, work permit processing is expected to speed up significantly. USCIS is now required to prioritize work authorization because it affects people's ability to survive financially. This includes people with pending green card applications, asylum applicants, DACA recipients, and individuals on certain humanitarian programs. Faster work permits mean people can start working legally sooner, support their families, and reduce stress. Another example is family petitions. If you filed an I-130 petition for your spouse, child, or parent, the wait time in some service centers has been long and unpredictable. The new speed-up rule aims to reduce the wide differences between service centers so that families don't wait unnecessarily depending on where their case lands. USCIS is also shifting more resources to family-based cases, so citizens and permanent residents can reunite with loved ones faster. Let's look at employment-based green cards. Many people working in the United States, especially on H-1B visas, have been stuck waiting for adjustments of status even after their employers completed all the required steps. The new rule pushes USCIS to coordinate more closely between employment-based teams so that long-pending cases move forward steadily. This could mean faster I-140 decisions, quicker document reviews, and more predictable I-485 timelines. Another important area is humanitarian cases. People applying for asylum, temporary protected status, or special immigrant benefits often wait many months for basic approvals. Many of these people are fleeing danger, instability, or persecution. Under the new rule, USCIS is required to dedicate more officers to humanitarian cases and use streamlined screening processes so that the most vulnerable applicants receive decisions faster. This does not mean skipping security checks. It means improving efficiency so legitimate cases are moved faster while still ensuring national security. Now let's talk about something many people are asking. How will USCIS speed up cases if they have been slow for years? The answer lies in three major changes introduced by the new rule. First, USCIS is hiring more officers and support staff. With additional funding approved earlier this year, the agency is finally able to expand its workforce. More officers means more cases being processed every day. Second, USCIS is expanding premium processing options. Some case types that were never eligible for premium processing in the past will now have the option to pay for faster decisions. This includes more employment-based categories and even some humanitarian programs. But it is important to understand that premium processing is optional and does not affect the processing times of regular cases. The goal here is to allow people who truly need fast decisions, for example, people with job opportunities at risk, to pay for speed, while the revenue generated helps USCIS hire more staff to speed up everyone else's cases too. The third major change is the introduction of processing deadlines. USCIS is now required to complete many types of applications within specific timeframes. These timeframes vary depending on the type of form and the background checks involved. But the key point is this: USCIS cannot leave your case pending indefinitely. They now have performance standards they must meet. Let me give you a simple, real example. Imagine someone applied for a marriage-based green card. In the past, this person might wait a year or more for an interview or approval. Under the new rule, USCIS must process the work permit, travel document, background checks, and adjustment of status within a more reasonable period. Officers will have fewer delays during the review because the new digital system helps collect information quickly from the applicant and from other agencies. Another example is international students. Many students have faced anxiety over delays in OPT approvals or visa changes. Under these new processing requirements, USCIS is expected to process student-related applications much faster to prevent disruptions in studies or employment. I want to take a moment to talk about something else important: the mental and emotional side of immigration delays. Many immigrants have written to our channel saying they feel stuck, unable to plan their lives because they don't know when USCIS will act. This new rule is designed to give people more predictability. When you know your application has a timeline, even if it's not immediate, you can plan your life with more confidence. Now, let's talk about how these changes will be rolled out. The USCIS speed-up rule is being implemented in phases. Some parts are already active as of December 2025, and others will roll out over the next several months. That means you may start seeing faster movement on some case types sooner than others. For example, work permits and travel documents are among the earliest areas expected to benefit from faster processing. You might also see updates to your case status more frequently because USCIS is improving how they notify applicants of progress. This includes electronic notices, faster updates to the online system, and clearer communication about what evidence is needed. Now, let's talk about what you should do as an applicant. First, make sure all your documents are complete and accurate when you submit them. Missing information has always been one of the biggest causes of delays. With the new speed-up rule, USCIS will be moving faster, but that also means they will issue requests for evidence more quickly if something is missing. Submitting a clean, well-prepared application is the best way to benefit from faster processing. Second, check your USCIS account regularly. Updates will happen more frequently, and you don't want to miss important messages. If you have a lawyer, stay in close communication and make sure they give you copies of all notices. Third, be patient but attentive. Faster processing doesn't mean instant decisions. It means shorter, more predictable timelines. You might feel tempted to compare your case to others, but processing times still depend on case type, background checks, and country of citizenship. What's important is that USCIS is finally moving in the right direction. Before we end, I want to remind you that immigration law can be complicated, and every person's situation is different. The new speed-up rule is designed to help millions of people, but the exact impact will depend on your category, your background, and how quickly USCIS can implement all the changes. If your case is stuck or delayed, it may be worth speaking to an immigration attorney to understand your options. Thank you for staying with me through this detailed explanation. If you found this helpful, please subscribe to Legal Focus USA. We provide clear, calm, and accurate updates to help you stay informed and confident as you go through your immigration journey. Please like this video, share it with others who need this information, and let us know in the comments what questions you want us to cover next. Your support helps us keep bringing important legal updates to the immigrant community. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.